The OpenPnP pick-and-place software is pretty amazing, and one of its coolest features is its ability to expand its functionality using scripts. In this series, we're going to do a deep dive into OpenPnP scripting, and I'll show you the tools, techniques, and secret weapons I've found to create powerful programs while making the process easier at the same time. I'm Pat Deegan, co-founder of Psychogenic Technologies and maker of things. I've used OpenPnP to control my pick-and-place and assemble a lot of PCBs, and I run scripts every time to make things run smooth and efficiently. What I'm hoping you'll get out of this series is the confidence that you can do pretty amazing stuff with the OpenPnP scripting engine and tricks and techniques to make the process more enjoyable. It would take you all of 2 minutes to figure out how to move the pick-and-place head or some other Hello World example like that, and that can be useful. But what I'm going to do is tackle a bigger challenge. Something that will hopefully make my life, and yours once I'm done, a lot better. Though all the batches of circuit boards I've assembled were different, there are some headaches in the process which are universal, and one of them is setup time. Setting up the machine for a new project is a big time sink, and though some of that may be unavoidable, there are some things that keep cropping up, and anything repetitive should be handled by machine. Specifically, I'm talking about setting up the component feeders. Eventually, I'll get fancy and have a better system, but for now, most of my parts are provided through the classic reference strip feeder, arranged into groups with these little 3D printed holders which I position around the board. When doing setup, I always want similar things. I want popular components like bypass caps to be closest, to have multiple strips set up so I refill and jiggle things the least amount possible. I like to have similar components grouped together, so 0402s in one of these holders, 0603 in another, stuff like that. So how about I give us such a wonderful tool? The objective is difficult enough to provide ample work for the scripting engine, well, the programmer. Not so insane a project that it'll take months, but it is interesting enough to be useful. The level of complexity means that I'll be splitting my dev time between the actual OpenPnP related details and stuff that's project specific. But I think that even dealing with project specifics will highlight the constraints of working on an OpenPnP script and show you how I work through or around them. So if you want to learn more about scripting Python for OpenPnP, or if you just want to peek into how I do my dev work, you're in the right place. I'm going to split this up into multiple videos and try to get them out quickly, but subscribe to the YouTube thing if you want to know when I put out the next one. Keep in mind that I'm starting with an objective, some tools, and a bit of practice, but no actual plan. Edits will be crappy, mumbling unscripted, bugs will be plentiful, but that's a good thing. I'm going to try and leave in at least most of the bad bits where I'm fumbling around, because there's more to learn from what I do than from what I say. Okay, are you ready to meet Programmer Me? He talks a lot slower and softer, but compensates somewhat by being smarter. Hope you enjoy the series.